In this video, we're going to break down the top 30 interior offensive linemen as listed on my big board and on my newsletter. And if you want to get the full breakdown of these players, which contains physical measurements, production, as well as analysis on their traits, you can scroll down into the description where you find the link to this article. It's all free. There are thousands of words here breaking down a top 30 interior offensive linemen. There will also be links to other breakdowns for offensive tackles, tight ends, those kind of play, every other position basically. You can access them through my newsletter, which you can get the link to in the description. Again, it's all free. But for now, let's quickly get into this video because I'm running out of time tonight. I have to get to sleep for the draft tomorrow because I'm recording this on Wednesday night. Offensive lineman number one, the only guy who I consider really be a true blue chip player from this interior offensive line class is Tyler Linderbaum, and it's not even close. So I got him at 1. I do have other players that I think are going to be worth first-round picks. Zion Johnson from Boston College, I'm quite high on. And frankly, if Pittsburgh, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. If they took either one of these guys, I'd be pretty happy. Then we get into tier 2 for me. These guys are late first-round picks or early second-round picks. Kenyon from Texas A&M. To me, he doesn't have the same ceiling as someone like Zion Johnson, but he's got a very high floor. You know what you're getting Kenyon, and that's a solid starting guard who can play tackle in a pinch if you needed to. And number 4, Salyer, former tackle. He's going to play guard in the NFL. Another guy who can play tackle in a pinch if you need him to. He can be tremendous in the run-heavy scheme. Speaking of run-heavy schemes, getting to tier 3, these are late second-round picks or early third-round picks. Darian Kinnard from Kentucky is going to have to play right guard probably. A very run-heavy scheme because he played right tackle primarily in college. I don't think he can do that in the NFL, but still a very experienced player. Parham, a little bit different, probably going to be in a zone running scheme. But he was tremendous at Memphis this past year. He's played a bunch of different roles at Memphis, and he packed on a lot of weight. He really added to his frame, going basically from 285 to 311 in the past year and a half or 2 years, and he's not lost any of the mobility he had. He's still an elite player in terms of mobility. Tier 4, third-round selection is Goedeke from Central Michigan. Played tackle there. He's probably played guard in the NFL. He's got shorter arms, admittedly, but a really underrated prospect in this draft class, someone who I like quite a bit, and I don't think there's any way he slips past day 2. Also in this tier, Sean Ryan from UCLA, and Cold Strange from Tennessee Chattanooga, and then Luke Fortner from Kentucky. He's going to be a center prospect, a pure center prospect, in my opinion, at the next level. Versus Cole Strange, who can probably be a center or a guard. I prefer he can play guard, but I know some teams might look at him as a center. And Sean Ryan, a converted college tackle, is playing guard in the next level. Then we got pure guard prospect who has played guard his entire career. Ed Ingram at LSU, primarily a pass blocker, not going to get as much for you in the running game, but still a very good prospect. And Zach Tom from Wake Forest, the guy who's played tackle and center, could play guard potentially as well. He has to be interior offensive line at the next level, in my opinion. He's a little bit undersized, but should do really well in his zone scheme because he has some best mobility of any player in this draft. And speaking of mobility, Cam Jurgens, the center from Nebraska, he's a pure center prospect. I hate calling him discount Tyler Linderbaum because it kind of shovels dirt on him because he's a really good player by himself. He doesn't have to be discount Tyler Linderbaum. He can still be a star in the NFL. He's a really good player. And if you get a chance to watch him, just watch his energy. And then Marquise Hayes from Oklahoma, the last guy I would consider worth a third-round selection. Now we're to the fourth-round selections, tier 5. Logan Bruss from Wisconsin, interior offensive line 15 for me. Joshua Ezeudu from North Carolina. Lasita Smith from Virginia Tech. And Justin Schaefer from Georgia. Then you get to the fifth-round guys. Donovan West from Arizona State. He's going to be a center prospect primarily, although he can play guard. Thayer Munford from Ohio State, not going to be a tackle prospect at this level. He's going to play guard. Andrew Stuber, another guy who was formerly a tackle, going to play guard at the next level, 21. Chris Paul, another converted tackle to guard. He's at 22. Cade Mays, who's played tackle as well, but he's definitely going to be a guard prospect. He's at 23. And Zachary Thomas, another converted tackle. He's at 24. The best guards in this draft are converted tackles. But I think that's only a benefit for most of these guys. And we get into some sixth-round picks. Cordell Volson from North Dakota State. I am very tired. I'm messing up names left and right. Chasen Hines from LSU is at 26. Jason Poe. If you haven't heard Jason Poe, I would just search him up online. Just check this dude out. He is a bowling ball of energy. He's one of the best movers in this draft class. His feet are so quick. I don't know if he's a fullback or a guard or just a sixth offensive lineman for heavy packages because he's 6'1", 300 pounds. He's got shorter arms. He's just overall very undersized, 31-inch arms. Just a very undersized player. Elite mobility, but an undersized player who played against low-level competition. Then 28, Alex Lindstrom from Boston College. 29, Josh Sills from Oklahoma State. And then 30, Ben Brown from Ole Miss. And I threw in Luke Wattenberg from Washington as my 31st interior offensive lineman. But if you want to get the full prospect breakdowns, all the pros and cons of drafting these guys, everything like that, go check out the link in the description. It's all for free. So just please do me a favor and go check that out. I'm losing my voice. I got a few more of these to record tonight. So I'm going to try grind through these before I get some rest before the draft tomorrow. But for now, guys, talk to you all later.